Commander Juwu stood at the viewing window of her warship, the Duskbringer. The stars looked like tiny white dots against the black space. Her silver skin reflected the dim lights of the command deck. She watched as another planet came into view. Planet Tyranno was the newest target for the hegemony. Soon it would join all the others under their control. "Commander," said Officer Doyun, stepping up beside her. "All units are in position. They await your command to begin the attack." Juwu didn't turn to look at him. Her purple eyes stayed fixed on the blue-green planet below. "How many defense systems have they deployed?" 6 orbital stations and a fleet of 40 ships. They believe they are prepared for us. Something close to a smile touched Juwu's lips, but not quite. The Na'vi didn't smile. They didn't laugh. Their race had moved beyond such things long ago. Emotions like joy and humor were seen as weaknesses, distractions that got in the way of perfect thinking and acting. "They are not prepared," she said simply. "Begin the attack pattern. I want control of the planet within 8 hours." Officer Doyun bowed slightly. 8 hours. The standard time for a planet of this size is 12. "I am aware of the standard time," Juwu replied. Her voice never rose, never showed any hint of anger. That was another emotion the Na'vi had left behind. 8 hours. Make it happen. 6 hours and 23 minutes later, the leaders of Tyranno stood before Juwu in the main hall of their capital building. Their heads were bowed in defeat. "You fought well," Juwu told them, though it wasn't true. No one fought well against the Na'vi. No one could. "Your people will be treated fairly under hegemony rule. Your resources will be managed properly. Your lives will be more ordered. You will thank us someday." The tallest of the Tyranno leaders looked up at her with wide yellow eyes. "They call you the Void's Shadow," he said. "They say you have conquered more worlds than any other Na'vi commander. They say you never show mercy." Juwu tilted her head slightly. "Mercy is not needed when there is perfect order. And I have conquered 17 worlds now, including yours. The stories are correct." Back on her ship, Juwu updated her records. 17 worlds brought under hegemony control. 0 failures. Her superiors would be pleased. "Commander," Officer Doyun appeared at her door. "A message from Central Command. Your eyes only." He handed her a glowing data crystal and quickly left. Juwu placed the crystal in her reader and watched as the message formed in the air above her desk. Admiral Minje, the head of all Na'vi forces, looked at her from the projection. "Commander Juwu, you have served the hegemony well. Your record is perfect. That is why you have been chosen for this most important mission." Juwu sat up straighter, her full attention on the message. "We have discovered a new planet in the outer rim. It is called Earth. It is not technologically advanced. It should be easy to conquer. And yet, our last 3 attempts to bring it under control have failed." This was surprising. The Na'vi did not fail, especially not against worlds with lower technology. "Our ships and soldiers have returned from Earth changed," Admiral Minje continued. "They speak of strange ideas. They question orders. Some have even been seen doing something the humans call laughing. This cannot be allowed to spread." Juwu understood at once. This was not just about conquering a planet. This was about protecting the Na'vi way of life. "Your mission is to go to Earth, learn about these humans, find their weakness, discover why our forces have failed to conquer them, and then help us plan the perfect attack." A simple mission, Juwu thought. She had done similar work before. "But be warned," the Admiral said. "Something about these humans affects our kind. You must guard against it. You must remain pure. Do not let them change you as they have changed others." The message ended. Juwu sat in silence for a long moment. Earth, humans, what could be so special about them that they had resisted the Na'vi 3 times? It didn't seem possible. She pulled up all available data on Earth. It was a small planet with mostly water on its surface. The humans were soft creatures with no natural armor or weapons. Their technology was far behind the Na'vi. Their societies were chaotic, with no central control. By all measures, they should have been easy to conquer, and yet they had resisted. "Officer Doyen," she called. When he appeared at her door, she said, "Prepare my infiltration pod. I will be going to Earth alone." "Alone, Commander. Is that wise?" "It is necessary," she replied. "These humans have somehow affected our forces. I must learn how without exposing more of our people to their influence." Doyen looked worried, which was unusual for a Navi. "The stories about Earth. They say humans have a power we don't understand. They say they can make you feel things." Juwu stood up. At her full height, she was a head taller than Doyen. Her silver skin gleamed in the light. "I am the Void's shadow. I have conquered 17 worlds. I do not feel things. I will not be affected." 2 days later, her infiltration pod was ready. It would change her appearance to look like a human. It would give her human clothes and papers, and everything she needed to blend in. As she prepared to enter the pod, Admiral Minji sent one final message. "Remember, Commander, the fate of the hegemony may rest on what you discover on Earth. Do not fail us." Juwu had never failed. She would not start now. She stepped into the pod and felt it close around her. Her mission was clear. Go to Earth, learn about humans, find their weakness, and above all, remember that she was Navi. She did not laugh. She did not feel joy. She was the Void's shadow, and worlds trembled before her. The pod launched, carrying her toward Earth and a mission that would change everything. Juwu's pod landed in a forest outside Seoul at night. The air felt heavy and wet in her lungs. Earth's gravity pulled at her body in a strange way. She stepped out and looked at her hands. The pod systems had changed her silver skin to a human tan color. Her height was now shorter. Her purple eyes were brown. She looked human, but she did not feel human. A small screen on her wrist showed her new identity. Jin Ninji, cultural attaché from the country of Nevaria. The hegemony had created this fake country in Earth's records. Her job was to watch and learn about humans, especially their scientists. "Find what makes them resist us," her order said. "Find their weakness." Seoul was bright, loud, and full of smells. Juwu had never seen a city so disorganized. People walked quickly, looking at small devices in their hands. Some laughed. Some talked loudly. No one seemed to follow any clear rules. Her first meeting was at Seoul National University with Dr. Taho Kim. The file said he was a leading physicist working on quantum communication. If humans had any special technology that helped them resist the Navi, he would likely know about it. The university buildings were old and new mixed together. Students sat on grass, eating and talking. It all seemed so inefficient to Juwu. Dr. Kim's office door was open. Inside, a man with gray at his temples sat surrounded by papers, coffee cups, and strange little toys. This was not how a respected scientist should work, Juwu thought. "Ah, Ms. Jin," he said, looking up with a smile. "Right on time. I like that." He stood and offered his hand. Juwu remembered her training and shook it. Human-touching customs were strange. "Dr. Kim, thank you for meeting with me. My country is very interested in your research. Please, call me Tayo." "Everyone does." He cleared books from a chair. "Sit, sit. Would you like some tea? Coffee? Water?" "Water is fine." Juwu sat stiffly, her back straight. Dr. Kim poured water from a pitcher. "So, Nevaria." I had to look it up. "Small country, interesting history." "Yes," Juwu said, watching him carefully. "We are small but focused on scientific advancement. The best kind of country." He laughed and sat down. "Now, what part of my research interests Nevaria? The quantum entanglement work, or the communication applications?" "All of it," Juwu said. "Your methods are unique." Dr. Kim nodded and sipped his coffee. "That's what they tell me. I don't follow the normal paths. Why would I? The normal paths lead to normal results. For the next hour, he explained his work. Jiwoo was surprised. His theories were advanced, even by Navy standards. But his methods were chaotic. Papers everywhere, drawings on walls. No clear system. "How do you organize your research?" she asked. Dr. Kim smiled. "Organize? Why limit discovery with too much organization? The universe isn't organized neatly. Why should my lab be?" This made no sense to Jiwoo. "Let me show you the lab," he said, standing up. The laboratory was large and full of equipment. 5 humans worked there, all doing different things. They smiled and waved at Dr. Kim. They made jokes. One young woman was singing quietly while working on complex equations. "This is Hyun," Dr. Kim said, introducing a young man. "Best mind in quantum physics I've ever met. Also terrible at remembering to eat. We have to remind him." Hyun smiled shyly. "I get focused." "Too focused," Dr. Kim laughed. "Last week we found him asleep on the keyboard. He'd been working for 20 hours straight." "That shows dedication," Jiwoo said. "It shows he needs better balance," Dr. Kim corrected. "Science needs focus but also rest, work and play. That's where the best ideas come from." Over the next 3 weeks, Jiwoo visited the lab every day. She watched, she listened, she took notes for the hegemony. But she couldn't find any secret technology that explained how humans had resisted Navi control. What she did find was confusing. The humans worked hard but also played. They made mistakes and laughed about them. They helped each other. They took breaks to eat together and talk about things not related to work. And somehow, their results were impressive. "Why did the photon check into a hotel?" Dr. Kim asked her one day as they looked at test results. Jiwoo stared at him. "Photons are particles of light. They cannot check into hotels." "Because it was traveling light." Dr. Kim laughed at his own joke. Jiwoo didn't understand. "That is not funny. It's not accurate." "Of course it's funny. It's a play on words. Traveling light means both moving at the speed of light and also not carrying much luggage." Jiwoo made a note. Humans used words in confusing ways on purpose. Then they laughed about it. Strange. One morning, there was trouble in the lab. An experiment wasn't working. Everyone was frustrated. "Maybe we should take a break," Dr. Kim suggested. "A break? When there is a problem?" Jiwoo was shocked. "You should work harder when there are problems. Sometimes, the harder you look at a problem, the less you see," Dr. Kim said. "Come on, we're all going to lunch." At the restaurant, no one talked about work. They told stories. They asked Jiwoo about Nevaria. She gave the answers she had been taught. They seemed to accept them. After lunch, Hyun suddenly said, "What if we reverse the polarity on the second array?" Everyone got excited. They rushed back to the lab. They tried it. It worked. "See," Dr. Kim said to Jiwoo. "Sometimes you need to step away to see clearly." That night, Jiwoo sent a message to the hegemony. No special technology found yet. Humans work in strange, inefficient ways but get results. We'll continue to investigate. The reply came quickly. Find their weakness. Time is short. More ships have returned with crews affected by Earth's influence. Some Navi are questioning orders. Some are trying to laugh. You must not fail. Jiwoo looked out her window at the city lights. She would not fail. She was the void's shadow. She would find what made humans different. But as she watched people in the street below, talking and laughing together, she felt something new stirring inside her. Something she had no name for. Something no Navy should feel. It worried her more than she could say. The days turned into weeks. Jiwoo found Earth confusing. The humans were not as advanced as the Navi, but they had strengths that made no sense to her. They worked together in ways she had never seen before. One evening, "Life is better shared," he said simply. "Connections make us stronger." Jiwoo watched a group of children playing a game. When one small boy fell and scraped his knee, the others stopped playing. They helped him up. One girl gave him a candy. Soon he was laughing again, and all the children returned to their game. On Navi Worlds, a child who fell would be left behind. Weakness was not helped, it was removed. "Come," Dr. Kim said. "My sister is performing in the dance show." The dancers moved in beautiful patterns. Their faces showed joy in the movement. Juwoo found herself watching more closely than she intended. There was something about their free movement that made her feel something. She wasn't sure what it was. On the way back to the lab the next day, Dr. Kim took a different route. They passed a small park where an old man was feeding birds. His hand shook, but he smiled as the birds came close. "He does this every day," Dr. Kim said. "He told me once that it gives him purpose." "He is old and weak. What purpose can he have?" Juwoo asked. Dr. Kim looked at her strangely. "Everyone has value, Jin. The old man brings joy to the birds and finds joy for himself. That's enough." At the lab, something was wrong. One of the large machines was making an unusual noise. The pressure readings were rising quickly. "Everyone back," Hyun shouted. "The containment field is failing." Juwoo moved toward the machine. On a Navi ship, she would have ordered emergency protocols. Anyone who couldn't move fast enough would be left behind. But Dr. Kim was different. "Nobody panic," he said calmly. Suman turned down the input regulator. "Hyun, check the cooling system. Jin, help me with the main panel." Despite the danger, everyone moved smoothly, working together. No one left anyone behind. The pressure readings kept rising. A red light began to flash. "Well," Dr. Kim said, looking at the machine, "looks like our experiment is having a blast." Literally. Everyone paused. Then, despite the danger, they laughed. Even Suman, who had been looking scared, smiled a little. "Very funny, Doctor," she said, turning a dial. "Maybe save the jokes until after we avoid the explosion." The tension broke. Everyone worked more smoothly. Within minutes, the pressure dropped. The red light stopped flashing. The crisis was over. Later, Dr. Kim found Juwoo looking at the data from the incident. "You handled that well," she said. "But I don't understand why you made a joke during a dangerous situation." "Fear makes people freeze up or make mistakes," he explained. "Laughter breaks fear's hold. It reminds us we're together. It helps us think clearly." Juwoo thought about this for a long time that night. The Navi used fear to control. Fear of punishment. Fear of failure. It worked, but did it work best? The next day, Juwoo received an urgent message from the hegemony. "Report findings immediately. More ships have returned with affected crews. Some are questioning the hegemony itself. You have 1 Earth month to complete your mission." Juwoo began writing her report. The humans had no special technology. Their society was chaotic. But they had something else. Something harder to define. She deleted the report and started again. But the words wouldn't come. That weekend, Dr. Kim invited the lab team to his home for dinner. Juwoo almost said no, but she decided it might be her last chance to understand humans better. His home was small but warm. Pictures of family covered the walls. His mother and father welcomed everyone with hugs. His younger sister played music. The food was shared family style, with everyone taking what they wanted. "To good friends and good science," Dr. Kim said, raising his glass. "And to our new friend from Navaria," his mother added, smiling at Juwoo. Friend. The word felt strange to Juwoo. Navi didn't have friends. They had superiors, subordinates, and mission partners, but not friends. As she walked home under the stars, Juwoo felt confused. Her mission was to find Earth's weakness. But what if Earth's apparent weakness, their emotions, their connections, their joy, was actually their strength? And what if the Navy's strength, their perfect order, their lack of emotion, was actually their weakness? For the first time in her life, Juwoo felt doubt. And with that doubt came something else. Something warm and uncomfortable and new. Something that made her wonder if she'd been wrong all along. Ju sat at her desk, staring at the blank screen. The hegemony wanted her report. They wanted to know Earth's weakness. But after 2 months on Earth, Ju wasn't sure what to tell them. Her communicator beeped. Another message. Commander, your time is up. Report now, or we will assume you have been compromised. Compromised. The word made her feel strange. Had she been compromised? She didn't think like a perfect Navi anymore. She asked questions she never would have asked before. The door chimed. Dr. Kim stood outside her apartment. Jin, I know it's late, but we had a breakthrough at the lab. I thought you'd want to know. Ju let him in. His face was bright with excitement. The quantum communication test worked. We can send data faster than light speed. It's not perfect yet, but it's real. Even Ju felt impressed. That's remarkable. The hegemony. Navaria has been trying to achieve that for years. Dr. Kim didn't seem to notice her slip. He was too excited. We're celebrating at my place tomorrow night. The whole team. You'll come, right? I'm not sure I should. Ju said slowly. I may be leaving soon. Leaving? But your research exchange is for 6 months. His smile dropped. Is everything okay? Ju didn't know what to say. No, everything was not okay. She was changing. She felt things a Navi shouldn't feel. I'll try to come, she said finally. After Dr. Kim left, Ju made her decision. She would tell the hegemony the truth. Humans were not a threat, but they weren't ready for conquest either. They should be studied more before any action was taken. She sent the message and waited. The reply came in minutes. Report rejected. You have been compromised. Extraction team is en route. They will complete your mission. Prepare for pickup in 3 Earth days. Extraction team. That meant they would take her back to the ship, replace her memories, and send someone else to Earth. Someone who would not see the humans as she now saw them. The next evening, Ju went to Dr. Kim's house. She told herself it was to gather final information. But really, she wanted to see these people one more time. The house was full of the lab team and their families. Dr. Kim's parents were there too. His mother hugged Ju when she arrived. Ah, Jin, we're so happy you could come. Taho tells us you might be leaving soon. Yes, Ju said. I've been called back. Well, we'll miss you. You've become like family these past months. Family. Another word that felt strange and warm to Ju. Dr. Kim brought her a drink. Try this. My father makes it from his own recipe. The drink was sweet and spicy at the same time. Ju liked it more than she expected to. The evening was full of food and stories. Dr. Kim told everyone about their first meeting, how formal and serious Ju had been. Remember when I told you the photon joke, and you explained why it wasn't scientifically accurate? He laughed. Everyone smiled. Ju felt her face grow warm. Was this embarrassment? She'd never felt it before. I still don't understand why it's funny, she admitted. It's funny because it's unexpected, Dr. Kim explained. Humor comes from surprise, from seeing things in a new way. Like how Ju now saw the Navi way of life in a new way. Maybe that was why nothing seemed funny to her people. They never allowed themselves to be surprised. Dr. Kim's little niece, a child of 4 years, was running around the room. She carried a cup of juice carefully in her small hands. The child tripped on a rug and fell forward. The juice flew through the air in a perfect arc. Time seemed to slow down as Ju watched it. The cup hit her chest. Dark red juice splashed all over her white shirt. Everyone froze. The little girl looked up at Ju with big, scared eyes. I'm sorry, she whispered. In that moment, several things happened at once in Ju's mind. She saw the child's fear. She saw everyone watching, waiting for her reaction. She saw the perfect red stain spreading across her perfect white shirt. And she saw how, In the big picture of life and the universe, this tiny accident meant nothing at all. Something bubbled up inside her, a pressure in her chest. It moved up to her throat. She tried to hold it back, but it was too strong. Juwoo laughed. It started small, just a chuckle. Then it grew. She laughed until tears came to her eyes. She laughed like she had never laughed before, because she hadn't. Everyone stared for a moment. Then they laughed too. The little girl's scared face broke into a smile. "It's okay," Juwoo told her, still laughing. "It's just juice." Later, when the party was quieter, Dr. Kim found Juwoo sitting on the back porch, looking at the stars. "That was quite a laugh," he said, sitting beside her. "I've never laughed before," she admitted. Then she caught herself. "I mean, not like that." Dr. Kim looked at her closely. "Jin, sometimes I get the feeling you're not telling me everything about yourself or your country." Juwoo didn't answer. "But that's okay," he continued. "We all have secrets. What matters is who you are now. And tonight, I saw someone who knows how to laugh. That's a good thing." "Why is laughing so important to humans?" she asked. "Because life is hard," he said simply. "We get sick. We make mistakes. We die. Laughter helps us live with these truths. It gives us power over our fear." Juwoo thought about her own fear. Fear of failing her mission. Fear of disappointing the hegemony. Fear of what was happening to her. Her communicator beeped in her pocket. A final warning. "Extraction team arrives tomorrow at dawn. Be ready." She had one day left on Earth. One day to decide who she really was and what she really believed. As she looked up at the stars, Juwoo realized something important. For the first time in her life, she didn't want to leave. And that changed everything. Dawn came too quickly. Juwoo stood on a hill outside the city. This was where the extraction team would land. Below her, the lights of Seoul still twinkled in the early morning darkness. So many lives. So many stories. Her communicator beeped. "Commander Juwoo. Extraction team approaching. Confirm your position." Juwoo took a deep breath. "Position confirmed. I am alone." 10 minutes later, a small ship appeared in the sky. It landed silently on the hill. 3 Navy soldiers stepped out. Their silver skin shone in the early light. "Commander," the leader said, bowing slightly, "we are here to take you home." "And then?" Juwoo asked. "Then we will complete your mission. The hegemony has decided Earth must be brought under control immediately. These humans are dangerous. They change our people." Juwoo looked at the 3 soldiers. Their faces showed nothing. No emotions. No questions. They were perfect Na'vi, just like she had been, once. "I will not go with you," she said. The soldiers looked at each other. "Commander, you have been compromised. This is expected. We are prepared to take you by force if needed." "You don't understand," Juwoo said. "I haven't been compromised. I've been enlightened." The leader stepped forward. "You will come with us now." Juwoo moved faster than they expected. Even in her human form, she was still the void's shadow. She knocked down 2 soldiers before they could react. The 3rd pulled out a weapon. "Stop," a voice called from behind her. Dr. Kim was walking up the hill. "Go back," Juwoo shouted. "It's not safe." But Dr. Kim kept coming. He looked at the fallen soldiers, at Juwoo, at the ship. "They're like you," he said quietly. "Not from Bavaria. Not from Earth at all." "How did you know?" Juwoo asked. "I didn't, until now. But I suspected something. No one knows as little about jokes as you did." He almost smiled. "Who are you really, Jin? Or whatever your name is?" The leader pointed his weapon at Dr. Kim. "This human knows too much." "His name is Dr. Kim," Juwoo said, stepping between them. "And he taught me something important, something all Na'vi need to learn." She turned to Dr. Kim. "My real name is Juwoo. I am Na'vi. From a world far from here, I was sent to find Earth's weakness so we could conquer it. Dr. Kim's eyes widened, but he didn't run. But I found Earth's strength instead. Ju continued. You humans are messy and emotional and imperfect. And that makes you strong in ways my people never understood. She faced the leader again. We were wrong about humans. They aren't a threat to us. They could be our teachers. The hegemony will not accept this, the leader said. Then I will show them. Ju stepped forward and took the weapon from his hand. He was too surprised to stop her. I will go back and speak to Admiral Minje myself, but not as a prisoner. As an ambassador. 6 months later, Ju stood before the Hegemony Council. She wore formal Navi armor, but with a blue earth stone hanging from her neck, a gift from Dr. Kim. The humans have agreed to a cultural exchange program, she told them. Not conquest, not control. Exchange. They will teach us. We will teach them. This is not our way, Admiral Minje said. The Navi conquer. We do not exchange. Our way has limits. Ju replied. We removed emotions because we thought they made us weak. But they make humans strong. They find solutions we cannot see because they think in ways we do not. You have been changed by them, one council member said. Yes, Ju agreed. I have learned to laugh. And it has made me better, not worse. The debate lasted for days. In the end, the deciding factor was simple. The soldiers who had gone to Earth with the extraction team supported Ju. They too had begun to change after meeting Dr. Kim and seeing Seoul. The first cultural exchange center opened on the Navi homeworld 3 months later. Ju led it. 20 human scientists, artists, and teachers came to live among the Navi. Dr. Kim was one of them. The Navi students were confused at first. They sat stiffly. They asked logical questions. They tried to find the purpose in human music, art, and humor. Don't try so hard, Dr. Kim told them. Some things cannot be understood with logic alone. Slowly, things began to change. A young Navy soldier heard a joke and smiled, just a little. An older scientist watched children play and asked to join them. Admiral Minje himself attended a music concert and closed his eyes to feel the sounds better. 1 year after Ju had first landed on Earth, she and Dr. Kim stood on a balcony overlooking the new Joint Research Center. Navy and humans worked side by side inside. New discoveries were being made every day. New friendships, too. Did you ever imagine it would turn out like this? Dr. Kim asked her. Never, Ju admitted. I was sent to conquer your world. Instead, you conquered me. Not conquered, Dr. Kim corrected her. Befriended. Below them, a young Navy dropped a stack of papers. They scattered everywhere. In the old days, this would have been a shameful mistake. But now, the Navi looked at the mess and started to laugh. Humans nearby joined in and helped pick up the papers. The universe is pretty funny when you think about it, Dr. Kim said. Ju smiled, something that now came easily to her. Yes, she agreed as laughter bubbled up inside her, as natural as breathing. Yes, it certainly is. She looked up at the stars, visible even in the daytime sky of her world. Somewhere out there, other worlds waited, not to be conquered, but to be understood, not to be feared, but to be joined in the great symphony of life. And for the first time, Ju couldn't wait to hear what new music they might make together.